Welcome back to Against the Grain Living. It's March 24th. It's a balmy 9 degrees Celsius here on the Friday night, but tomorrow expecting 10 to 15 centimeters up at the property. And -5 is below. I don't think it's going to be above 0 until 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So we have one last load going in. We still have snow here at the house, but we're losing her fast. Anyway, this is what we're taking up. Not the tractor. I wish. We got a little bit more concrete, some yard tools, table, wheelbarrow. There's 10 sheets of the smoke colored poly roof for the sunroom. So we're gonna get that up there. I got it all encased in 2x4s and sandwiched on either side to protect it from the, because it's pretty delicate stuff and pricey. So we got that. We got to get it on the trailer. Skandic's already up there. We got this locker going up. Just some lockable storage up there. I got it from work for a little silent auction. So yeah, we'll get this loaded up here tonight, and we got a big day. At least 4 trips in and out with the Skandic tomorrow. So probably 5 depending on snow conditions. How much I can haul in with weight. The insulation stay in here. It won't go up until we're closer to that step, but I've been starting to purchase that stuff too. Bit of a weird load, but we got it all on there. The weight's pretty good too, so it'll tow all right. Anyway, truck's got a little squat on it. Real max payload right there. So as you can see, we made it into the property here on March 25th. It is not easy conditions on the sliders, lots of traction. We are supposed to get 10 to 15 centimeters of snow today, starting 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. So hopefully that comes by second load or whatever. It's 7:30 now. It was a dark morning. It's the first time in since time change. So about half an hour behind from my other early mornings of this year. But that load was a little different. I had to essentially unload everything and stash it to even get the sled off. So I'm just gonna move my front carrier here. So last time I hauled 12-foot lengths with the carriers here and there, and all the humps and stuff in the trail, my material or my payload was scraping, and the tongue was coming up and hitting. So I'm gonna do 12-foot material with 2 toboggans, but the spread between those 2 uprights right now is too far. So we're gonna move this to just in front of the rear one and put the uprights in this holder, and that should give us plenty of spread, and it won't be getting into the snowmobile or anything, or hanging off the back of the rear toboggan. There's just 2 Allen cap screws. Loosen that off, and you just gotta pick up this end and slide out the other end. So I think I'm gonna go right to here. That out. There, now we got one. So now there's 8 feet between the uprights, so you'll have your load 2 feet overhanging either end, which is better. Before I was only 4 feet between the uprights. We had what, 4 feet on either side, and so your load was coming up to where the toboggan could hit, and it was overhanging 3 feet out the back. So that setup should work. I just got to ditch this 6-foot level that I brought in over at the build site where I'm stashing the tools, and head out for the first load. It's one with the roofing and the lockers and all that, and then it's just 3 loads of cement after that. Well, we made it in with the first load. It hasn't been going too bad. I haven't been smelling the sliders since they go back and forth over the same path. each trip is sort of stirring it up a little, and they seem to be self-lubricating, so that's good. And there's 5 water crossings, so they get water cooled at least 5 times along the 8 kilometers. But those crossings are, this is definitely the last time you bring the carry-ons across those crossings. The snow bridges that I built throughout the season have gone away, and you have like I don't know, sitting 8 inches of water and a very square ledge on the other side that every time you got into one you were wondering if the ski loops would go under the edge of the ice or if the skis would climb up on top. Anyway, we're just gonna retrieve the straps here and continue with the other 3 loads, and then we'll sort of organize at the end of the day when everything's in here before the snow gets soft. Yeah, we got 10 sheets of that Sun Tough corrugated plastic roofing, and this locker's full of post hole diggers and pickaxes and shovels and wheelbarrow table, and it's full of a bunch of, it's 2x8, 2x6 deck boards. They were like 18-inch cutoffs from a project I did last summer for someone else, so I brought them up just for blocking between joists and stuff like that. It's probably just gonna sit on its side when I do get it sitting somewhere, because I need, this will just sink in the ground, so either you got to put boards on the bottom or bring up patio slabs or something. I'll screw it to a tree somewhere and some locks on it, so I'll have 2 or 3 lockable storage solutions up here, so I don't have to carry all the tools in and out every time. Yeah, I'm trying to prevent them from getting stolen. I haven't had anybody. I'm a ways away from everything, so it's a task for someone if they want to come and steal stuff, but still don't want it to happen. There's still quite a bit of snow up here. Beside that green bin, there's an 18-inch splitting block that you can't even see the top of it still. So I might come up with the doggies next weekend and come in and maybe start a little bonfire here in the center and try to burn some of the brush and stuff around here and speed up the melting process. I got all those little 5-foot cedar boards that I just threw in behind the camera there. I'll stack them up, the stickers, when the snow is a little lower, and a bunch of odds and ends, and then I might have to drop a couple more trees just so the cabin will fit here. I was sort of pacing things out this morning when I came in for the carry-on toboggans, and I need 16 by 32 available space, but I can't be right tight to a tree because I got a footing or a sonotube to go there, and that root mass won't allow for that, so I'll probably have to get rid of a couple and deal with the stumps. Just these 2 pines behind the camera there, I think. Some other unhealthy trees I might bring down before I get going at things, just so they don't come down on the cabin in the future. Well, we tied her down pretty good. Nothing really moved on me. Stuff did get muddy though. That's what we're dealing with. Spring rut and snow. Yeah, getting pretty excited though. Like, the start is probably within a month, I'd say. It's hard to tell. It holds onto the snow up here. And if I don't get up, say in 3 weeks time to check things out, see where it's at, I won't be able to plan the trip up with the equipment. So I had to pull all the uprights out of the carry-on because of the width of the locker, but everything's just quick pin. So it's nice that this setup's so modular and can be used for all sorts of shapes. The company makes even more accessories. They make saddles that go in there and then come up and then go up right for like 4x8 sheathing. Pretty pricey though. I mean, this whole setup is pretty pricey. In the future, if I need sheathing to come up here, I'll probably end up trying to weld something up myself to do that, but everything's 1-inch boards, I believe, all my sheathing. So it's been a long time since I had to run a wheelbarrow. Got the loader tractor down at the house, and I don't run a wheelbarrow. I got a loader bucket. Anyway, see how everything survived in here. Okay. I got a whole bunch of blocks like that in there, pressure treated. All 3 of them were full of stuff. Anyway, it survived, so we'll grab my straps here, throw the cover on the Pelican, and go get some concrete. Well, that's 64 bags of cement up here. I'm hoping that's all I need. I might even have a few spare bags, that'd be good, but it's a good start. If it's not, there might be three or 4 bags that go hard on me, but here's what it is when you're this far into the bush. As you can see, so I'm in the evergreens here and it's still snowing like crazy. So it just started like this maybe an hour ago, which is much later than the Weather Network said. So this is gonna wrap up 2023 winter hauling season. I will not be hauling anything else in with the Skandic, Pelicans, or carry-on. I am gonna try to get up once more with the Skandic, but just to come in with the dogs from a different direction, and we'll just try to limb up some of these poplars that I dropped before I started this project so they wouldn't fall on the cabin. But we're gonna get out of here because she's snowing like a banshee. So we just gotta lean up the Pelican and then take the carry-ons to the turnaround and just check the all the trail cams and swap out some cards, batteries, get out of here. Anyway, we'll see probably next weekend with the doggies. A little footage of that. We'll tack right at the end of this video. Take care. So tomorrow we're heading up with the dogs just to do some brush burning. But today I thought I'd tinker while I'm packing stuff up. So it's April 1st, it's a week later from when I was last up there. As you can see, I had another sheet of that corrugated plastic for the sunroom. I'm trying to figure out a ridge cap for it. A few products online show that they make one with that same profile, but then everybody's reviews say it's not a ridge cap, it's just wall flashing. So most people just use this as like a lean-to roof where I'm doing a gable roof. So I saw a guy online, he said he had a video bending this stuff up. So I bought another 12-foot sheet because I'm 6 panels wide, so I cut it into a 2-foot section, just with scissors. It felt pretty good. And then I made this jig with the same roof pitch and gave myself a hard stop and a lift to hold the sheet in. Similar to what the guy's video had, and I gave myself a relief in here. I didn't come right to a point because I knew I wouldn't be able to make the bend, a sharp bend, and I've been using various round objects underneath and just distributing the pressure across the whole panel as I went and moving the pressure, trying to make the radius. The video, it went a lot smoother for the fellow on the video. It was a different profile. But yeah, I was just using the heat gun. This bend took me about an hour and I have to do 5 more. I'm pretty disappointed with it. So that's why instead of cutting it all up into 2-foot sections, I thought I'd try the first one. So we're gonna kibosh this idea, and at least I have a 10-foot section left in case I screw up something up at the property. I might be able to make that work or use it on the woodshed or something like that. That's what I ended up with, which is fine. And when you screw it down, you get a little bit to get the final pitch, but I was going super slow trying to get it to, I didn't burn any holes in it, but to prevent kinks and wrinkles, near impossible with that profile. So that was today's project towards the cabin, and that's the end of it. I'm just going to clean up our mess here and then pack up for a big hike in with the dogs tomorrow. See you then. Making our way in with the doggies. They're just loving it. So I managed to get the truck in quite a ways. These guys only had to run 4.5 kilometers. I was gonna walk in with them, but then I figured I wouldn't have the energy to do work here. So we got pretty good fire going, burning up some poplar, birch, and maple that I dropped. So I don't know when it was, last year sometime. I cut off this stump flat, and I've been using it as a splitting block to split what I can to keep it going, because there's fairly big pieces on there. But so we got the truck and trailer turned around while it was still frozen, because it was -8 this morning. But it is a clear day, sunny as ever, and I'm sure the snow will get soft. So hopefully the truck will make it out without a hitch, because it was essentially snowmobiling's over here. So I drove in the sled trail, which is a forest access road where I drive in the summertime. But it was good and hard on the way in and flat, because they had packed it in hopes that there might be one more shot of open trails. Anyway, these guys have been loving it. They finally just got Moose back. He's a bit of a wanderer. He came back. Tanky doesn't go far from me though. So we're just gonna, well, 10 after 11 this morning. We got some hot dogs to roast for lunch, but we're just gonna keep cleaning up all this stuff, because all I did was drop the trees and just get them on the ground before I had too many obstacles here, stacks of lumber and all that. So we're just enjoying the day in the woods. There's still a lot of snow here. The conditions were actually perfect, other than the 5 water crossings that he could have hauled stuff in. I didn't have anything to haul in, but these guys will go down for a nap here shortly, I'm sure. Once they catch their breath, they typically nap between like 10 and 2 for a good few hours sometime in there. I'm just gonna keep stoking this and filing all the brush and stuff, and If I don't get it all burnt, I'll get it bucked up so it can dry a little better. Just been stuff that I've been cutting at 16 inches. I've been splitting here just with a hatchet. Been splitting pretty good because it's cold. Anyway, this is gonna wrap up today's video. At this rate, it could be a whole month before snow's gone from up here. So I looked at the 14-day. We are gonna have some melting, but there's still a lot of snow here. And it's still, I think it was minus 12 last night here. Felt like minus 20. So still cold at night. It was April 2nd too, so hopefully by May we can get a foundation going. Anyway, take care, see you next time.